You know what my biggest problem is with apparent iteration? When companies bring major changes to a product, but since it looks the same as last year, you judge a book by its cover. This is the Galaxy Book4 Pro 360, what Samsung calls as their most powerful 2-in-1 laptop made to move with you, and what I'm going to call a product that's so much better than before that I wish there was something visual to help me convey my point. At a time when Apple is just killing it with its MacBooks and M Chips, it's easy to lose sight of all the efforts its competitors are doing to catch up. I'm Jaime Rivera with Pocketnow, and it's time for our extended review. Alright, you know me, I'm not going to sit here and give you a love letter about how much I love this computer because there's no such thing as a perfect product. But I think companies are slowly understanding what most professionals are looking for in a laptop. See, in the past, Microsoft catered to the pros that would spend their day filling out spreadsheets and Microsoft Project. I know because that was me around 2 decades ago. Like seriously, ask me anything about pivot charts and I got you. Back then, performance per watt wasn't as taxed by Excel, or color accuracy on a display was secondary if all you were looking at were numbers. On the opposite end, the company that was obsessing about these things was Apple. See, their products always catered less to the enterprise, more to the creative professional. Fast forward to 2024, where more and more people want to be creators in some capacity, and let's just say that even if late, Windows laptops are catching up. This Book 360 has had the Pro in its name for like 3 generations, but this is the first time I feel it fully lives up to it. Let me start this video with the things that I like about this laptop, and it starts with the looks. Yes, I know, it's identical to last year, but can I just praise this new color scheme? Finally, a new Galaxy Book that doesn't only come in black, making it easier to film. This new Moonstone Gray is still dark enough to look elegant and yet does a fantastic job at handling fingerprints. Seriously, this has got to be the cleanest finish I've seen on a dark laptop so far. Its thin design makes it look pretty slim, at least visually, because once you grab it, there's nothing small about it. At 3.66 pounds, it is a pretty hefty machine, but there's a good reason for that. See, this allows for the company's 16-inch AMOLED 2X display with a 16:10 aspect ratio and up to 120 Hz refresh rate. I seriously dare you to find a better display on a laptop right now, and especially because it brings Gorilla Glass DX, bringing an anti-reflective coating that makes this an even more pleasant computer for work. Yes, there continues to be an S Pen in the box, meaning you can flip this in tent mode or into pretty much the most massive tablet money can buy, and use this either to sign documents, highlight the notes you just wrote, or more. It's the same technology as your Galaxy S24, so feel free to switch S Pens if you want. We also get a new AKG quad speaker system with dual 2-watt tweeters and dual 5-watt woofers tuned by Dolby Atmos, which do seem improved even if I wouldn't call it my favorite for a laptop, especially at this size. How you can make it as dense as you need. But anyways, the added footprint continues to benefit this machine in giving you as many ports as anyone could ask for. Almost. 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, 1 HDMI 2.1 port, meaning yes, finally a better connector for gaming, 1 USB-A 3.2 port, a headphone jack that serves as mic and combo, and the micro SD card slot, which sure is better than nothing, but not my favorite considering how cameras now demand V60 and V90 cards that are crazy expensive in the smaller format. That said, listen, the reason why this computer matters so much, even if it's an iteration, is because of what's inside. Yes, we have a new Intel Core Ultra 7 powering the show with its H configuration, meaning powerful performance that's then matched with integrated Intel Arc graphics. Yes, this is not the Book 4 Ultra with its discrete graphics, but still a lot of power for its form factor. And then in the United States, you only get one configuration with 16 gigs of RAM and a terabyte of storage, but take note that if you can take this computer apart, you could replace the storage, and even if the RAM is not replaceable, you could actually go for a 32 gig of RAM option if you go for the enterprise variant, which also comes with Windows 11 Pro. We have then a 76 watt-hour battery rated at up to 21 hours, Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, and a 1080p webcam. Last but not least, there's the fact that while this is Windows 11 powering the show, this might just be the best laptop that I would recommend for anyone using a Galaxy phone. Samsung has ported an insane amount of its software here, making your Galaxy phone behave like a companion that helps you take further advantage of this computer. I will admit a lot of these features are not necessarily things I use. Sure, it's cool to be able to control your phone from your computer and get its notifications, but it can be a source for distraction while I'm trying to get my work done. I'd even say one of the major reasons you'd want to upgrade to this computer is because AI is so built in, there's even a Microsoft Copilot button in the keyboard. I even noticed Samsung has brought some of the S24 AI features to this computer for those of you wanting to take advantage of a larger canvas for that. I'd even say the experience of using this computer for the last couple of weeks has seriously far exceeded my expectations. In the past, these computers were just okay, as M1 and M2 MacBooks were easily making them look bad, but not anymore. Endurance, for example, has gotten so much better that even if it's not at MacBook level, has given me a good 8 to 9 hours in a workday without having to plug into a charger. It's seriously why I think you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, as this computer is dramatically better than last year. But yes, you were warned from the start, this is nowhere near the perfect computer, so let me give you the reasons why I'm mixed, because I can't really say that there's nothing bad about the machine, but there are a couple of things that could improve. The first is that even if battery life has significantly improved, Intel really needs to figure out its fan situation. The fans on this machine are not what I'd call as always on, but they do come on pretty often depending on your workload, and that's really making it look bad next to what Apple is currently doing. Second is that I'm gonna admit, I only used this computer in tablet mode when I was filming this video. Seriously, this computer is just way too big to be used as a tablet. I've asked Samsung repeatedly for comment on why there isn't a smaller 13 to 14-inch variant of this machine, which would be a dream. That was the Galaxy Book Flex in the past. Sadly, all I get is crickets about the topic, so yeah, while you can prop it in tent mode and use it in so many ways, I doubt you'll be the person to do it more than once. And then third is actually more a continuation of my previous point in the inefficiencies of this design. Samsung has trimmed the bezel on 3 sides of the screen, but there is still a lot of opportunity in the bottom, which could mean that the company could have given you this 16-inch panel at a smaller footprint, but somehow didn't. I wish I could say it's because of the hinge mechanism, but seriously, this is not a great hinge. It is quite wobbly if you're using this on the train. And then fourth continues to be related, and it's really the ergonomics of using this as a regular computer. See, the extra size of the panel means the armrests are massive, meaning the trackpad is massive, up to the point of not being that much more useful. This then means that the keyboard is offset, and so is the trackpad thanks to the numeric keypad, which I'll admit I do not prefer over having exposed speakers or something, though I do know there are people that want this. Fifth is then the bloatware. I am tired of getting danger alerts from McAfee. Like seriously, quit this partnership, Samsung and pretty much every other Windows OEM, when we already have Windows Defender. Last but not least is definitely the lack of options for this computer at its price. At $1,900, it's really hard to convince anyone to pay so much money for this over bundling a MacBook Air with an iPad Air for the same money. Sure, there are major discounts right now on the website, but more configuration options would have made this computer an easier sell or an easier recommendation. To conclude, what can I say? It's not the perfect machine, but notice that my complaints are more my personal preference than anything. I'm sure they built this specific machine with the market in mind, and probably I'm not it. And I say that because there is a lot of delight in the experience of using this machine. Finally, a Windows computer with a great design, great battery life, and further integration with an ecosystem, which very few companies can brag about on its competitor list. Sure, it's not what I'd call affordable, and nor is it the most portable. Like seriously, why is there no smaller option or a lower tier in specs? Still, the statement here is that you're getting a lot of machine, and taking advantage of Samsung's discounts only makes it more interesting. Its price sadly no longer makes this the best laptop for most people in my opinion, but it's a pretty complete package. One I have no problem in recommending if the features connect with you. Let me know if you agree with my assessment in the comments down below. And while you're at it, follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow me on my personal handles to see me want to love this computer more than ever. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.